Hi, Aries. Welcome to your love and relationship reading for March 1st through the 15th. For those of you who are just tuning in, these are generalized readings, so not everything in the reading may pertain to you. I like to start out with my reading for my singles, and then I move into a reading for my couples. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to email me at mantrafortarot@gmail.com. Okay, so the first card in this spread is the Two of Wands, and this represents where you are right now. And this has to do with, I think that this is an acknowledgement of you starting over in your life and planning where you want to take your life now, and what direction you want to take it in. The next card is the Temperance, which is a very feminine card. This has to do with executing this life change and moving forward in a very, I want to say, delicate manner. However, you're executing it very forcefully. So I like to say when I talk about the Temperance that you're communicating in a manner of a whisper, but you're executing something so effectively that you're doing it almost as if you're hitting somebody over the head with a brick. It's very, very direct and very effective. What's crossing you right now is the Four of Wands, and this has to do, I feel like there's an urgency within you. Maybe you feeling like your clock is ticking, so to speak, and that, or you just simply don't want to be alone. And this has to do with coming together, a celebration, a wedding. Why am I still single sort of attitude? And I think that that's weighing very heavily on you. The next two cards we have here, this is the foundation of the situation, and this is the recent past. Now, this situation, the recent past, could still be something that's present in your life that's starting to transition out. What we have here is the Sun. I think that this signifies a relationship that you were in where you felt really naive. You were literally blinded by the light. I think that this individual might be represented by the Princess of Pentacles. I think that the Princess of Pentacles, who someone who's very caring, someone who's very charismatic, somebody who's easily to be attracted, drawn to by their warmness. However, there's also an immaturity about this person, a lack of experience, and I think that this person just simply decided to go their separate directions, and I felt like you were blinded by it. You didn't see it coming, okay? The next card is the Nine of Wands, and this is your aspirations. This has to do with acknowledging the struggle. I think this is you working towards something. And it was hard to get to this place that you're working towards. It's going to take a lot of work, but there's going to be success. There's going to be light at the end of the tunnel, okay? To me, that shows you obtaining your goal. The next card we have here is the Seven of Wands, and this is the outcome. I think that the next couple weeks is going to be about a lot of introspection and reflection. You're really working towards a space in your life, and this is you standing your ground. You don't want to compromise who you are. This also could indicate that maybe that you're dealing with some walls that you're dealing with, and I think that that has something to do with the past, okay? Which leads me to the outcome, which is the moon. When I think of the moon, I don't know if you guys have ever seen that movie, The Neverending Story, where Atreyu is going through these true statues, and when he's doing that, you know, when people go through these two statues, they are their own worst enemy, and sometimes they can't handle approaching themselves, approaching their own fears. And this has to do with working through those fears. I mean, you're literally passing through two figures, two statues. This has to do with the depths of our soul, processing things, all the deep, dark layers within ourselves. This is an acknowledgement, and we have to be able to work through these things so that we can be able to move forward, okay? You know, it's going to be tough, but I think that you don't want to compromise who you are. And I think that in the long run, and I know it sucks sometimes waiting, it does pay off. And sometimes when we're single, when we have a tendency to be like, what is wrong with me? Why am I still single? But the divine has a plan, and sometimes you just have to hold out, which is the hardest part, I think, about being single. Life does have a way of working out, and you just have to trust. And when you're going through pain, it's really hard to see that sometimes, okay? So with that said, I'm going to move forward with my couples reading. Let's see which deck I should use. I am going to use my Lima. Lost my cards. Pay no attention, guys. I'm a pro. Really. Okay. So the first card in the spread is the Knight of Pentacles, and this represents what you're bringing into the relationship. To me, this signifies you taking a collective approach to this relationship, you like to take your time with things, but that doesn't diminish the amount of emotion that you have. You just feel like if we're going to be together forever, then what's the point of rushing things? You just want to let things continue to unfold the way they're supposed to, in a way that you're comfortable with taking your time. The next card is the Magician, and this is where you are now in relation to the other person. Now we have cards which is more about the inner work, the inner deeper, now I don't want to say deeper, but it has to do with more of the inner workings of ourselves, where the magician, this has to do with outer work and working with the elements to create the type of life that you want. You're a creator, and this just shows that you're an active participant in this relationship, which I know that sounds kind of funny because when you're in a relationship, you should be an active participant, but this is you consciously making that effort to continue to work at this relationship and give the type of attention to your partner that your partner needs. Now, this is the Tower, and this represents what you're hoping to get out of this relationship. And I think that this is a relationship, a life-changing relationship. Like, you want to leave the life that you have known behind and start over with this person, and doing so is very scary. And I think that that is why you are wanting to take your time with this relationship, because it is so ground changing. Okay, the next card represents what the other person is bringing into this relationship with you. So this has to do with balance. Like you, this is a life change for your partner as well. But your partner has a very optimistic attitude, and this person has, like, a ride or die sort of attitude with you. They want to experience the ups and the downs. They just want to be with you. The next card is the Queen of Wands, and this represents what your partner's getting out of this relationship. The Queen of Wands is somebody who's very powerful, a very passionate individual, somebody who is very creative. This is your partner. You inspire your partner, okay? The next card is what they're hoping to experience with you, and this is strength, being able to lean on each other. When they're with you, they literally feel stronger, okay? Now, the next card represents how you see your partner. You see your partner as being very caring, very gentle, but also very effective. This is the Temperance. This person balances you, okay? The next card is the Empress, and this represents how your partner sees you. Your partner sees you as a creator. The Empress transforms spirit into matter. This person finds you to be somebody literally magical. You're somebody who gives life. Your partner sees you as an ultimate life force. The next card is the Four of Swords, and this is the outcome. And what this is letting me know is we have all of these. We have a lot of intense feelings here. But what I have, and I think the message that this is really telling me, is that since we have the Knight of Pentacles, this is asking me to let you guys know to relax and let things unfold. I think it's a lot to sometimes process all of these intense emotions. We have this extreme life change that's happening with this relationship, and this is to not overthink things, to relax and just let things evolve, because they're going to evolve, and they're going to evolve in the time that's right, and we just have to trust. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a look at your physical relationship. Okay, so what I have here, which is calling out, is we have the Eight of Cups, and as you can see, your partner is pulling away, okay? And then we also have the surrender with the Knight of Swords that's going on right now. And the Four of Wands, I think that with this relationship and things being so intense, that I think that sometimes it's easy to be freaked out. And sometimes when we're scared, or when we're scared of being vulnerable, sometimes we pull away. Okay. But ultimately, we have this surrender, and I think that that comes with trust. And we also have the Four of Wands, which ultimately I think is the essence of your relationship. You guys have fun with each other. You guys like taking things to the next level. So I don't think that this issue with the Eight of Cups and pulling away is something that will make or break you. I think it's comes from the fear of being vulnerable. We also have this intense trust, and this overwhelming sense of fun that you guys like to have with one another. So with that said, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to email me at mantraflowtarot@gmail.com. Thanks, you guys.